We are recording.
All right, good evening, everybody, and thank you for your patience for the village board meeting. As stated before, we wanted to get through our initial budget presentation and took a little extra time here, but thank you again for your patience. I'd like to call this meeting to order, and if we all stand for the pledge of allegiance. Now, say the pledge of allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You did a great job out there, Mel. You got to project your voice just a little more. A little more. Come on. All right. Carmen, thank you for being here this night for our marathon. And please note trustees, department heads, officials on the minutes. We will look for item number 3, an approval of the October 7th, 2024 village board meeting and filings, the August 2024 Police and Fire Commission, the September 11th, 2024 Architectural Review Board, September 16th, 2024 Finance and Personnel Committee meeting minutes as presented. I'll need a motion in a second.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion in a second. Any concerns, changes?
There's just one word correction in the village the village board meeting minutes, page 4, fourth paragraph down. It's a misspelled word.
Okay, fourth paragraph down.
Where it starts with President Award.
Of course, it starts with me.
The word damn is misspelled. It's spelled in there as a swear word and not a physical object. Wow. So
cussing.
Darn. All right, we have a motion in a second with correction. Carmen, I think you have that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion carries. Now we're at the point where we'd love to hear what you have to say. So if you'd like to stand up or have an item that you'd like to discuss in public, or either on an agenda item or a non-agenda item, please feel free to raise your hand and we'll listen to what you have to say. Otherwise, if it's on the agenda, we'll be talking about it amongst the board. So I see nothing at this point in time, so we'll move on to business presented by the president. I am brought 3 applications to the village board for approval, 2 of them for the Public Safety Committee. As we all know, the Public Safety Committee is changing, and it did change by ordinance last meeting. I did recommend Doug Arndt and Steve Cody to be added to the Public Safety Committee. I'll need a motion in a second.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
A motion in a second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? And that motion carries.
I have one question on that. For Stephen Cody, he's got on his application and he's applying for the police commission. Right, that was my question.
Yeah, I think that's, he can apply for whatever he wants. He would be on the Public Safety Committee, so he's on the Public Safety Committee. Thank you very much. Lastly, for the Ozaki County Fire District Board, it's with great sadness that I see that Mary Pat just can't make those meetings, and I talked with Barb, and she's really going to miss you. But certainly the amount of meetings that are having right now are pretty hard for Mary Pat to keep up on. So I went in deep into the file for appointments, and I'm recommending Steve Salamasi being appointed for that. I'll need a motion in a second.
To approve.
I'll second it.
A motion in a second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed?
Nay.
That motion carries. All right, moving on to resolution, ordinances, and action items. Approval of the OCFD 2025 recommended budget. Jeff, will you please take that to get us started?
Absolutely. Just getting my paperwork in order here. Recently, the Ozaki Central Fire Department Board approved and forwarded their recommended 2025 fire department budget. Was attached to the IFC to the member communities in accord with the intergovernmental agreement. Each of the member communities will have to adopt the OCFD budget for it to be formally established for the coming year. While the village board does not have authority over specific line items within the OCFD budget, it does retain the authority to accept or reject the OCFD board's recommendation. Tax levy, just in general, looking at the budget, tax levy as well as Act 12 shared revenue funds have been programmed into the village's executive budget to fund the fire department in 2025. Moreover, in accord with the intergovernmental agreement, any remaining fund balance being operations and capital, this is a little over $1 million, about $1.1 million, are to be transferred to the OCFD, which is also reflected in the village's executive budget that was discussed earlier this evening. That being said, along with the referendum funds, the Act 12 funds, the existing tax levy that the fire department had been receiving from the village, and the transferred fund balances, there are a lot of financial resources going towards the fire department to get them started, and it will be a management of that budget. That being said, a lot of this was discussed in great detail by the fire board, and a unanimous recommendation for the attached budget has been forwarded to the representative communities.
Very good. I'll need a motion and a second to bring this to the table for vote.
Make a motion.
I'll second it.
A motion and second, so we're clear on this. We may agree or disagree with the amount of money that's out there for the fire district. However, this was approved by the board and it's a up or down vote on this. Any questions, any comments?
Yes, I think that in the beginning, when we started talking about this, as we are now, we're very excited that we're gonna be able to consolidate with other departments. And, give a bigger area, have a bigger area that we can assist. But, I don't think there was a clear handle on exactly how much money was necessary. And I fear that we've kind of cut short the amount of money that the fire department's gonna get. I know we talked about it, since then, we kind of looked into some things and the specialty committee has met and they've talked about wages, they talked about some things. There is no built-in COLA every year. It's up to the new department to figure out what they want to do with the money they have. That's a problem because they don't have enough money. They're not gonna have enough money for wages. They don't have COLA built in. I believe the budget was formatted with very beginning wages for those positions. We have the issue of the non-compliant fire department kitchen. And we know that we're gonna be building sleeping quarters for the personnel. And we've known about the issue with the kitchen for a while, and we've kind of put that off. Now we're rolling that on to the fire department, the new fire department, that has not even the right amount of money to function. So I have a problem with that. So even though I voted for this, I did vote for it in the past. I can't with a good heart vote for it now because they don't really have what they need.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other comments on this? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Nay.
All right, that's 5-2. I think you have that, Carmen. Thank you very much. Moving on to Mel's on the move.
Yes, we have a request by Mel's on the Move on behalf of Mel's Charities to park a food truck trailer at the village parking lot on Bridge Street as a part of the annual Grafton Christmas Parade festivities. That being said, this helps to raise funds for Mel's Charities. There have been community partnerships throughout Grafton in the past. That being said, staff does support the request. The details have been set forth in the IFC, and Mr. Staton is here this evening to speak to it in greater detail if you wish.
All right, we'll need a motion and a second to bring this to the table.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All right, motion and second. Any questions at all? Any comments? Or are we ready to move forward on this? If not here, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion carries. See, Mel, you came here for nothing. Thank you.
The budget, who doesn't want to do that?
Oh, my gosh. Let's not, I appreciate that, but let's not go there. All right. Okay, report of Finance and Personnel Committee, 2025-2029 inspection service contract for the Village of Saukville.
Unanimously coming out of committee, we have a recommendation to enter into the new 5-year contract with the Village of Saukville for building inspection services. There were some updates to the terms, mostly to specifically clarify the roles and responsibilities that this is a building inspection contract. That being said, the Village of Saukville did approve the contract last week, so that condition has been met. But also, I wanted to follow up on a conversation had at the committee level. There was an inquiry about the revenue generated under the terms of the Building Inspection Services Agreement over time. So we took a look back and just a quick snapshot back to 2018. And that said, the 7-year average of revenues under this arrangement that we've had dating back to 2011, 2012, the 7-year average has been about $125,000 worth of revenue. That said, it is broken down year by year since 2018 to the estimated 2024, or excuse me, the 2024 year to date through August billings. So that being said, it is a revenue driver for the village and a service enhancement for the Village of Saukville. It's been a longstanding and mutually beneficial partnership. That said, to reiterate part of the conversation from the Finance Personnel Committee, the priority remains with Grafton inspections. These are Grafton building inspectors. The priority remains here in Grafton. That said, timely service is provided to the Village of Saukville under the terms of the contract, but the priority is here in the village.
Okay, Jesse, you talked about changes that were made, those are all listed here on the information, presented to the IC.
Within the Finance Committee's IFC, all of the changes were outlined, yes.
Okay, very good. Motion and second. Motion in a second.
I'll motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Motion and second, any discussion?
I just have one question. So has, maybe just has the Village of Saukville ever not realized $700 in monthly permit fees? If that's not very. Not that, not.
They did, and speaking with Administrator Wagner, it was several years ago. But yes, they did have a couple of months where they did not meet that $700 threshold. So they actually paid us and didn't meet their revenue threshold. It is very few and far between, but it has happened. It was several years ago, I believe 3 to 5 years ago, but it did happen in a few times. And the Village of Saukville just simply asked for that protection language, if you will, which I felt was fair.
Okay, anything else? All right, we have a motion and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that motion carries. Report of the Planning Commission, Jesse or Jessica?
Staff is actually requesting that this matter be tabled so that we can do a comprehensive sign code update. This proposal was an ordinance amending the zoning ordinance, architectural design standards related to wall signage. The plan commission will be taking up another sign code amendment associated with public hearing, sign code postings. So we think it'd be just beneficial just to do one code update, incorporate both. So we just ask that this be tabled.
Need a motion and second, table.
I'll make the motion. Table. I'll second it.
Motion and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that motion carries. And bring that back to Jerry. Have laryngitis, or we've changed your name.
No soup for you.
You have minutes, readers, if you could.
I'm on it. Alrighty, quick update from the clerk's office. Actually, a couple of quick updates from the clerk's office. To date, over 1,600 absentee ballots have been issued, not returned, requested and issued. That equates to about 19% of our overall number of registered voters here in the Village of Grafton. Overall, we're at right around 8,500 registered voters in the village. So 19% have requested absentee ballots and have been processed and distributed. The clerk's office has been busy, to say the least. That said, the police department has been working very closely with the clerk's office and Grace Lutheran Church, the village's polling place, to ensure a safe setting for the upcoming election. They have been working on internal logistics, emergency planning, what have you. And it's been a very productive series of site visits, but also internal meetings with the police department, the polling place, Grace Lutheran Church representatives, and the clerk's office. So again, the clerk's office is going above and beyond to ensure a safe setting for the upcoming election. I am pleased to report that the utility has passed their annual state inspection, once again with flying colors. Interestingly enough, there was a little bit extra level of scrutiny this year as the state inspector was being audited as far as his inspection practices. So not only was the inspector there was an inspection of the inspector and basically double checking all of the things that were inspected. That being said, as usual, the utility passed with flying colors, did an excellent job. So hats off to our utility and all of their practices. Last but not least, the last brush pickup of the season is scheduled for next week. Residents can either utilize the online engagement hub through the village's website to schedule a pickup, or they can simply call the Public Works Department to schedule their brush pickup. But the last pickup of the season is scheduled for next week. Then they move into leaf pickup. And that is my report for this evening.
Good. Crispy leaves up off the street. That's great stuff. Okay, very good. Let's go on to approval of the operator's licenses. Let's see, we have. I see we have two folks here for approval. I need a motion in a second.
I'll second.
Motion in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. And we'll go to a request for Peter Olds, agent for Casey Key Pub LLC, DBA Casey Key Pub, 1350 Wisconsin Avenue, for consideration of a reserve Class 3 combination beer and liquor license.
This would be for the former Martini Pete's space, the new operator there. My apologies, I meant to check with the clerk's office, and Carmen, I may put you on the spot here. I did not check to see how many reserve Class B licenses we have remaining. I believe it is either 1 or 2 after this one is issued, but I don't know for sure. No, that's okay. I failed to follow up with the clerk. The inquiry was made this morning. I failed to follow up the clerk's office. We do have 1 or 2 remaining after this were to be issued, if this were to be issued by the village board this evening.
If I may ask you, could you please just send that out to us via email?
I can do
or
that.
Whatever you okay with update on Friday.
I can do that. Absolutely.
On Friday, that would be great. All right, so this is pretty much straight up. Need a motion in a second here.
I'll make a motion.
You guys pick who's first.
I'll second.
Amy's got the first, got the second, so we have a motion in a second. Yes, Lisa.
So I think just a couple of housekeeping things on the application. If you look, the first application will say alcohol beverage license application. Second is alcohol beverage individual questionnaire. And I think the mistake, was actually documented by both applicants. They wrote their date of birth as 9/26/24. It was probably the day that they made the application. What I'm assuming.
Is that Peter?
Yeah.
Peter's long time, most of you.
Yeah.
So that's the first one, and both of the applicants.
Okay.
They had to submit their IDs along with it, so their background check is based off of that.
Right, I'm just saying it's the wrong date, it was, a
Yep.
month ago.
So I think we'll get that taken care of.
And then the other one that was, down the road here on alcohol beverage appointment of agent. Under C, it says agent questions. Have you satisfied the responsible beverage server training requirements? And it's just left blank.
Like this one.
Okay,
I do have,
I'm assuming that's a yes.
yes.
Okay,
So with that in mind, we'll get that taken care of conditionally. I think we have a motion in a second here.
and there's no signature from your partner on the application, Catherine
Yeah.
Palgren. So just all Palgren. Okay,
Okay. So with those conditions met, we have a motion in a second. I think we're okay with that, are we not, Michael?
Yeah, and you can make a condition on completion of the application.
Condition on completion of that application. We have a motion in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that motion carries. Congratulations, Peter. Peter, I think you played soccer with my son, didn't you?
Oh, we were,
Yeah, we were Cub Scouts, Tiger Cubs. There you go. Boy, that was pretty back then. Good to see you. All right, well, good, congratulations, and we look forward to, another quality work, another quality operation. Okay, very good, let's go to report of bills, well, stuff back and forth here,
No communication.
no communication at all, so look for a motion in a second to approve $1,255,558.86 in expenditures.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
A motion and second. Any questions? Okay, all in favor say aye. Opposed? And that motion carries. I will look for a motion to adjourn here.
Motion adjourned.
Second. Motion and second. You guys fight over who's the second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? We are in adjournment. Thank you all for your hard work and for you reading the 270-page document. So we can prepare to discuss this. I really, really, really appreciate it.